Amazing conversation with our brother Chege Majuice is our power player for this evening, kicking off 2025 Villena Farmers. The bar has been set so high.
Absolutely.
Really excited about that. And remember, you can stream live on www.spicefm.co.ke. Find us on the frequently. Right here in Nairobi, it's 94.4, Mombasa 87.9, Nakuru 96.0, Eldoret 96.7, Nyeri is 90.9, Kisumu 102.5, and Malindi 97.7. Remember, this is the home of sugar, spice, and everything nice. JP.
Yeah, so over the weekend, of course, we saw during the funeral of the mother to Moses Wetangula, we had a very crazy showdown between Wetangula, Natembea. It was really interesting. Yeah. I don't know what you take on that. And also, there's this tweet from James Orengo adding up to the tweet that Sifuna had. Let me just read it through, and then maybe you can just try and help us understand what exactly are these leaders saying. Orengo says, the insensitive, sadistic, and callous court poetry that is characterizing our political debate is extremely dangerous and ill-advised. This unrestrained vitriolic language has a tragic past. These doomsday choirs cannot succeed where the gifted orchestras of the old Kanu failed.
Yes.
Yeah, so what's going on? What are these leaders trying to tell us?
You see, number one about Kimani Ichung'wah, he's trying to prove that he's still reliable and useful to President William Samoei Ruto. You see,
so it's like psychophancy.
Yeah, because there were rumors around, and they are somehow verifiable, that Ruto was putting a distance between himself and Ichung'wah. And another guy called Kionjori.
Interesting.
An MP called Kionjori.
Is that Lee Kionjori?
No. There's Lee Kionjori. I'm saying Kionjori of Laikipia. He's an MP in Laikipia.
Right.
Laikipia. He was pushing a distance because these people, they had told him that they had done their due diligence and they were going to counter Gachagua after impeachment. The two of them, Kimani Ichung'wah and Kionjori. They had told Ruto,
we'll
deal with the impeachment. This guy will deal with him.
So when you say deal, you mean deflate him?
Yeah, we'll deflate him. He has no influence. In fact, they had given Ruto 3 months.
Yeah.
And Gachagua will be
done.
Will be no more. Will be done. Nobody will follow Gachagua anymore. So after the impeachment, Ruto came and realized that these people, they gave him the wrong word, the wrong information.
Yeah.
The Ichung'wah and the Kionjori. That this Gachagua was not that just a guy to rub off, and he's gone like that. Sasa the moment Ichung'wah is talking like that, anajaribu kuwin ile trust yake of President William Samoei. That sycophants that he made a top notch is now trying to win that because they made a mistake. They are realizing themselves they made a mistake. That is even the reason why President William Samoei Ruto alienda kutafuta uhuru.
Chege, let me cut you short. So apparently also I heard that the president regrets doing away with Gachagua.
Yes.
Okay.
He regrets so much doing away with what? Gachagua. The damage Gachagua is doing out there is much than when he was in.
That makes a lot of sense.
Than when he was in.
They
could have contained him akiwa ndani kuliko venye anafanya akiwa he's damaging all of them. The other day he was in Embu. The same day they were in Bungoma. Gachagua was in Embu, and he demolished everybody there that belongs to UDA. Everybody, including the governor, who is Cecily Mbarire and the chair of the UDA, and any other senator, the Senator Mondigi of Embu who was there, people jeered him, you understand, because of UDA. So Gachagua is just demolishing them. Contrary to what Ichung'wah and the Kionjori had advised the president that they will deal with what? Yeah, they will deal with him. The guy is dealing with them. So he's regretting.
In
fact, Ruto could not have gone to look for Uhuru. Was it not for things are getting out of hand to try and bring somebody else who can balance. The issue of Orengo. Orengo has been quiet since the abduction of Besigye.
Right.
Unelewa. So Orengo are the people who fought for this country for a long time. Unelewa, for the freedom of this country, for the democracy of this country. When Besigye was abducted here in Kenya, the first person who condemned the issue was Orengo, and he said we are going back to the Kanu old days of that a person come to Kenya for his safety, and then he's being abducted in our own soil, and then the Ugandan authority claimed that our authorities here in Kenya, our security forces, they helped them to abduct who? Besigye. That's when what Orengo is trying to say, that we are seeing some Kanu patterns that are just creeping in slowly in our country, And when he saw the sycophancy with the Shongwa, the moment you come up and say that the people who are kids are abducting themselves and they're killing themselves, and you are talking to people like they are kids or something who can kill himself to make Ruto look bad.
Yeah, but
you see, it's so insensitive, even to the parents who are crying day and night because of their kids.
So let me ask you. Yes, because actually, okay, one thing I like about this show is we can speculate.
Yes.
So I've heard stories about, the president is probably, he's 50-50 about having Kindiki on the ballot with him come 2027. I don't know whether that's true. However, do you think if the president picked somebody like Ndindi Nyoro,
I was about to ask about it.
Is that a sure bet for the president in 2027? At least he would probably get him a huge chunk of votes from the mountain.
Not in the mountain.
Okay.
Mountain, it doesn't matter who he picks.
Yeah.
It is done. The problem with we have a mountain, this community called mountain. It's leaders follow the people.
All right.
It's not the other way around. Nobody will come and tell people we want to go this way.
Yeah.
You see, when most of these leaders, they realized that people had followed Ruto. All these leaders were not following Ruto. You can remember akina Anne Waiguru, Uhuru's person, akina wa Mushomba, kila mtu walikuwa saidia Uhuru. But when they realized that everybody was following Ruto, they had to follow the people.
That's
because
true.
People are following Ruto. And Ruto knows that very well.
Yeah.
That there's nothing he can do. He's trying to create an image of a good government or something like that to try and maybe a reputation of his regime by bringing up people like Kinari, Akina Mutahi Kagwe, Akina Kabogo, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But the issue of that the mountain will vote Ruto, that will not happen.
Sasa. Chege, I want to talk about Raila Odinga, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. It's interesting how, you guys, Kwanza, these days, whenever I cruise the internet on YouTube, this show, by the way, we have a massive feature called Cruising the Internet. Yeah. And that's where many young guys are. You get the main thing I get, the biggest impression I'm getting from youthful Kenyans is they just don't like Raila, man. They feel like he's an opportunist. Is that true? Would you consider Raila as an opportunist simply because he got into a handshake with Ruto, took advantage of this whole Gen Z Maandamano thing? Is this true?
Kev, I have supported Raila since 2016. That's when I started supporting Raila. I voted Raila when Uhuru was on the ballot 2017, and I was campaigning that time for Raila. I did it in 2022. You see, there is a Kiswahili saying that says Mgara muwe na haki mpe. That guy has done something for this country that no any other person can do. Kev, wewe huwezi fungwa jela 9 years, atunapigania taifa. Atukufiage huko ndani, your mother dies, anazikwa kama hujui ukiwa shimo la tewa.
That's fine.
Something like that.
That's the past.
No,
right
it is
now,
the past. That's what I'm saying. Mgala muwe na haki umpe. Are we together? That's what I'm saying. Yes, maybe they have their own reasons for saying that. And I'll tell you the reasons maybe they are saying that. Maybe these people, they had their chance. They saw like they had their own chance to take Ruto out.
Yes.
During June, Maandamanos or something, and maybe that's when you remember these people. They had even that respect for Raila before then. When they were coming out and say, "Mzee kaa nyumbani." Let me tell you. In fact, most of them they were grateful. They had the gratitude for Mzee for what he has done. Baba baki nyumbani.
We're handling business.
Umetuonyesha kufanya ika. I'm telling you, if Raila could not have joined this nonsense, angepewa ikiti akiwa kwa hospital bed.
Really?
Yes, I'm telling you that. I'm telling you
but
that.
Now that's why young guys are saying, Rao, you dropped the ball.
You dropped the ball. They have their own pain. He should come out and tell them why he did what he did.
Yes, so
he should not tell them. He owes them an explanation.
Okay.
That's why they're saying that. Unaona ajai kuja akawambia the reason I joined Ruto on this was because of this.
Yeah.
These young kids knows that he joined Ruto because of AUC, which they think it is his own personal what?
His own path.
His own path. It is not helping them at all. So you should come and tell them the reason he did what. Because you see even Kasamuel, when he said that he's joining Ruto, any other Kenyan right now, me Majuice niseme leo, I'm joining Ruto. My friend, I'm telling you, I'll be skinned alive by Kenyans.
I know.
I'll be skinned alive by Kenyans, my friend. Are we together? Because there's energy. There's a lot of energy against this regime and against Ruto. Unaelewa? Hata niliona one of your presenter who said maybe he's getting out of camp. Lakini usijoin Ruto.
Yeah, I saw that, Eric Latif. I saw the comments online.
Walikwambia hivyo.
Walikuwa naambiwa hivyo.
Walikuwa nafikiria Latif is going to join Ruto in government.
Actually, like, what's this guy, the guy from Citizen?
The media or something. And anywhere else. lakini usijoin nani
So we've been seeing some things actually also happening online. I was watching a video yesterday on I think TikTok. Some guy who was standing in front of the ICC. There's this new thing that's coming up, Kenyans writing letters to the ICC. Do you think that the ICC holds any water towards cases that we've had against our president?
Yeah, it does. After 2010 constitution, before the president had immunity, that you could not have arrested the president or maybe advanced a case against him where he was in office. But after 2010 constitution, international criminal case, ICC, is one of the exception here that president can be convicted by ICC. Unaelewa? Tena wajua hizi mambo zinakuaga zinaanza kama mchezo. International community want you to take you out. Unaelewa? They just want a slim grounds. Side grounds za kutoa out zinatoka kwenyu that ICC. Ujui president mwenyewe hajui internationally ni watu gani wangetaka fanya nini? Maybe amewachokesha. These big countries amewachokesha. Unaelewa? So they can use that power to do what? To start pressing some charges against him. We are not living in a vacuum. We are living in some...
it's a global community. It's a global
communities, global village. They can take you out using such excuses. So even that's why even the deputy president, he was very reluctant to comment about issue of abductions. The deputy Kindiki has been, was the secretary in the Justice Constitutional Affairs Ministries of the Mother Karua. He knows about these things, about the ICC things. He was Ruto's lawyer about the ICC.
True.
You remember when he was grilled in parliament on the issues of excessive use of force and killings during the Gen Z, what he said? He said, kila mtu abebe msalaba wake. He's very cautious on that issue because it's just a turn and you just found yourself battering some international cases that you don't even know when they started.
Some people are arguing that Karim Khan is still the lead prosecutor at the ICC. Karim Khan, who was also a lawyer to the president. So how is that going to play out? Even if they take him there, it's just going to be a walk in the park for him.
These ICC cases, they don't just end. They'll just continue even after Karim Khan. They just need a person to come and start the case. There's something in law called no prosecute, meaning that just prosecution can end something, but it can be restarted.
Right.
In some events to come in future.
Let me ask you about that again.
Yes.
So there's this thing about, as we wrap up, Raila Odinga in the AUC, for example, in the event that Raila loses the AUC, chairmanship position, do you expect him to be on the ballot in 2027?
Yes.
Wow. You sound so sure.
Baba is just that guy that never say die.
Some people say he's the only one who can match Ruto. Probably can take him out.
Baba is that guy. Let me tell you today.
Is that true?
If Baba was to vie and Ruto was to vie, 1,000 times I will vote Baba.
Yeah?
I will vote Baba 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, this is the guy even in front of Ruto the other day in Kisumu that he told Ruto, these things of abduction, it's wrong. They must come to an end. Unaelewa? The people who are talking about this abduction against them, ODM SG Secretary General Edwin Sifuna, Orengo, those are people's Baba. Baba is the person who has fought so hard for this country to be where we are. He knows the pain of us sliding back to the KANU days wakiwa na kina Orengo. They have scars. There are physical scars that they can show you. Hapa niligongo hivi tukipigania hii taifa la Kenya. Unaelewa? So even if Baba was to vie back and against Ruto, I'll vote Baba.
So are you telling me Baba is the only person from your perspective who can beat Ruto in an election?
I'm not saying that
in a fair election.
I'm not saying that he's the only person, because right now any person can be
any person,
including myself.
What the
let
hell?
Me tell you.
What JP?
Let me tell you
to your boy.
You may believe him, man.
No, let me tell you. Let me tell you the truth.
I'm telling you.
Let me tell you.
It's so sad.
Right now Kenyans who konya wamefika, my friend, hawataki hizo stories.
No jokes.
They just wanataka tu kupumua. Kev nakuuliza wewe, hata nikuulize siku dharau na nini. Kev nikuulize, tangu maisha yako, tangu uzaliwe, even a thief, have you ever seen a person amepeleka mchango kwa kanisa inaenda yachukua kwa ile kiondo ya sadaka, anaambia hapana, hizo zako hatutaki. Wewe umeiona?
What can the president do?
What umeiona?
Sijaiona.
Sasa hapo ndio amefikishana na Wakenya. Like hata pesa zako hatufanyi nini? Hatutaki.
We don't want your money.
Unaelewa?
Bro, hiyo swali yako, the answer is nothing. Ulize tena.
He has tried.
The answer is nothing.
He has tried to do everything.
You guys are
he has tried all those things. They are not working. because he's not. Nimekuambia Ruto haoni akikosea, my friend, and that's why he's even abducting these young Kenyans.
Come on, you can't say it's him.
He's the one. He said, and I quote what he said.
Stop.
We will stop the abduction. Who is we?
He, meaning he has the resources, he has the capacity. He has just stopped. See what Omer released the other day.
So he's the one who have stopped it.
No. You know,
who have stopped it?
I was telling JP Juicy,
yes.
Maybe how need two psychophants around the president. Like you say, there's some people who are just trying to please the president. So wanaenda wana arrest mavijana. I mean, even the other day you saw that MP alikuwa anasema ati mimi ningepewa position ya Minister of Interior. I would deal with this youth. So people are just getting out there, you know, saying things, roadside declarations, anything to just please the president.
Why were they released when people are planning for the country in Mandamano?
I think the president. Yes. I think the president was fed up. He just told guys, "Wait, release these boys."
So he knows. So he knows who's abducting them.
Kev, if you're the head of state of this country,
yes,
would you let such sycophants take charge and do things under you, as
JP,
you being the
I
head?
don't have a grip on everything. President Ruto is
That's
so high up above.
That's the most important thing you have to have a grip on: the security of your citizens.
Yeah,
you know. So you won't let these guys huku chini wakijileta mamchezo.
Kev, do you know one of the things in our constitution that the president should promote is something we call human rights.
That's true.
Unaelewa? Human rights. And this abduction and killings is about human rights. Yes. If you cannot protect Kenyans against internal aggression and external aggression, what are you telling us?
That's true.
That they're being abducted, that you want to abduct na watu welewi.
Put it like that.
You are getting it.
Yeah. Before you wrap up, Kev, I wanted to ask you, there's a lady who just passed on, Roslyn Odede. Do you think there's some
Kenya
foul,
human rights
the Kenyan human rights, do you think there's some foul play in her death?
I don't want to speculate because her death, you know, there's a family involved in this and everything. Yeah, maybe probably she was sick. Unless some things come up and we indulge in them, but right now let's not speculate.
Yeah,
because of the families and everything.
Let's show respect to the family.
For sure.
Yeah. So Chege Majuice, let's wrap up like this. I've got one question for you, and I believe JP also has one. What are your expectations of our president in 2025?
Kev, we are not happy when the country like Ruto is not able to govern well or something like that. We want him to govern well, Kev. We want him even to succeed.
That's
because
true.
if he succeed,
we
succeed, Kev.
Exactly. That's what I've been
our
saying.
children succeed, our country succeed.
Absolutely.
Outside there, people don't know that we are fighting with our president. They know that that country is going down because of maybe issues. So tunataka sana Ruto succeed. Unaelewa? But what he need to start doing is that tukisema aanze listen to Kenyans, we have told him for the last 2 years he's not listening to Kenyans. Unaelewa? What the president need to do is, number one, acha kuongea lies.
Okay.
Hapo kwanza ndio wameachania na Wakenya kabisa ya ukweli. Because the things that he's lying about, yani the moment ukuja waambia watu like tumetumia 500 million for Grammys. Kev, kesho watu wanafungua shule. Hata wameanza kufungua leo, Kev. Teachers are writing me a lot of messages. There are no classes for grade 9 students. There are no facilities, by the way. Fine. There are no facilities. I saw today the PS for education, Berio Kipsang, saying that a student will wataanza kulana shifts. Unaelewa shifts? In a country that we are 60 years old. Ati mtoto atakuwa anaingia wanasoma, au anatoka nje kidogo, au anasoma. Tunasoma na shift in our country. Because of hatuwezi tengeza what? Classes. But we are so busy doing some affordable housing in Nyandarua. Place hakuna mtu akona shida ya nyumba, atunaenda useme huko watu wakona shida ya nyumba. Barabara zimesimama, unaelewa? So those are the things we are telling the president. Wacha kukua like any project people are doing, you are doing as a dealer. Ni kama deal mnafanya nini? Ni kama deal mnafanya. Kev, juzi tulikuwa hapa na mambo na Adani. Unaelewa? Kenyans told the president this thing is wrong. President told him no, you people don't know what you are saying. That's why I told you Ruto cannot change, because he thinks watu ndio wako na pepo. Even he said it himself. Alisema I understand what is going on in this country. Kwa Kenya wako na pepo, because he can't see what's wrong with him. Unaelewa? Then the Kenyans came to realize later that Adani, those people are crooks somehow. They were doing some things that you understand.
I agree.
The church is coming, everybody is telling this and whatever. Wacha tungeendea tu na NHIF. Let us improve on it. Okay? Sasa unataka kuleta a new system. And there's that lady from I think Kisumu Migori MP who told him on his face, Your Excellency, the change of policies is affecting Kenyans. Unaelewa? Kama an improve kwenye Kibaki aliachia, Uhuru alikuja, kama ni zile barabara, Uhuru akafanya nini? Akamalizia. Although atakulikuwa na deni. Wewe penye ameachia, kama ni NHIF, make it work.
Even though somebody who this morning was saying 844 is not bad.
It was not bad.
Just improve it a bit.
Just let's
he
go
was here in the
improve these
morning.
things. Wacha tuanze kuscrap kila kitu, unaanza kitu mpya with a country that doesn't have resources. We understand our country has debt. But the reason even can't unajua, by the way, let me tell you, Kev, watu wanajua finance bill ilikuja na Ruto. People know that before there was no finance bill. It has been there.
That's crazy.
But they think imekuja na Ruto because they can't trust anything he's saying. What the president has lost with Kenyans is trust. Peke yake.
As we wrap up, JP, have you got one more?
No, I just think let those thoughts marinate. And I mean, I appreciate your insights, Chege, Majuice, and how you're fighting for this country.
Wow.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Chege.
Yeah.
Somebody said, mali tumefika wa Kenya say hatuwezi danganyana. We got to keep on talking, but we have to speak the truth and understand that everyone's input right now is really valued. Yani. You know, speak your truth wherever you are because it's an idea. You know, but at the same time, let's go about it in a very civil manner.
In a civil manner, yeah. That one I agree. Yeah, let us criticize objectively.
Objectively.
Yeah.
I like that, and that's why I'm so happy that you came through.
Yes.
You're very young. Many youthful guys are big. Yani, right now, they're very, very interested in civic engagements.
Yes.
When I get, and I'm sure the future is going to be fine at some point. Thanks a lot, Chege Majuice.
Thank you, Kev.
There's some guys who might want to partner with you, maybe share stories with you, engage with you in terms of projects. Where can they reach out?
Sometimes najua tukipeana hizi namba mtu afikia na nikikujiwa.
Okay, you don't have to. Ama wapate social media.
At least your
social media. Chege Majuice, TikTok.
Yeah.
My TikTok is good. Chege Majuice, Facebook, Chege Majuice. That's what I do.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
God bless Chege. Tukirudi, it's all about cruising the internet.
For sure.
There's a lot of stories, manze. Bobby Brown right now on our own. Are we really on our own?
We are on our own, my friend.
We're not on our own.
It's only God with us.
We're all in this together.
You played the best music.
We are Spice FM.